Hooey! Welcome back to the channel, guys. So while we've been here having fun with Redneck Ranch, check out his YouTube channel. I think you'll find a totally different kind of content. As you can see, this is what he does, and it's very fun out here. It's very fun out here, and very, very exciting. The boys are having a lot of fun, as you can see. Now that you've seen that, people have been messaging me because it's been like a year since I did like a review type deal on these style of Z-Forces. Now, you guys have been watching for a long time. Some of you new, some of you have been watching with us for a very long time. And you know that my wife here has the Z-Force 500 and I have the 800, which kicks butt. I mean, you know, it's not the very fastest side-by-side in the world. And I got to say, I get a lot of haters, and it really crawls up my skin because I can't stand haters. You know, we all know that I'm not a Razor fanboy, and there's a lot of factors for that reason. But I'm very well open to all kinds of brands and styles of machines. But when it comes to the Razor, not that they're ugly or they don't perform well, it's that Polaris, they don't back their stuff good enough for me to be interested in it. And so yeah, I kind of talk a little smack. So I guess I deserve the smack that I get on the Chinese side-by-sides. But anyway, you guys know that I have the Super ATV high clearance control arms, the Elka Stage 4 shocks, and she performs well. Very well, for that fact. And some can argue, well, your machine wouldn't be able to do that with the factory suspension. Some of the things that I've shown in other videos, some people argue with me, well, you had to do all the mods to make your machine capable. Well, that's not really true. It makes it do it a lot better, a lot smoother. And yeah, there's some things that you can do better with that setup than you can with the stock setup. But to be completely honest with you, most of that's due to the smaller tires that come on these side-by-sides. They come with 26-inch tires, and they're really good tires. They really are. I have to say, they're some of the best stock tires I've ever had on a rig. But I will say, if you bump those 26s up to 28s, it'll roll over them bumps a lot smoother. So it's kind of like, you know why they put bigger tires like 18s, 19s, 20s on these cars these days? Well, because they ride better with the bigger tire. So going with a bigger tire is going to get you a better ride quality. You're going to just roll over those smaller bumps a lot more better, and your machine's just going to perform very well.
He likes the mud, he just doesn't like
say with the 500 trail, and this goes for the 800 trail as well, the stock suspension is just poo-poo. It's junk. So you're gonna want to check out John Hester at Hester's Motorsports and drop $1,000 if you gotta have the trail. If you absolutely have to have a trail model, drop $1,000 on his, or $1,100 on his Stage 1 Elkas. But listen, guys, I have to be very clear to you. If you don't absolutely have to have a trail, and you're only buying a trail to save $1,000 or $2, you're making the wrong choice, because you're just gonna take that $1,000 or $2 that you saved and you're gonna put in it anyway because you're gonna hate how it rides. By all means, is it a good machine, but it's for people who absolutely have to have a trail model. If you don't have to have a trail model, go with an EX model, because it's gonna handle better. It's not gonna be as tippy. It's gonna be a smoother ride. Even out of the box, they ride really good. These not so much. But out of the box, they ride very good. I know a lot of people don't have the money to do the Elkas and all the stuff that I've done to that. And neither do I, guys. Neither do I. If it weren't for Main Street Cycle and John Hester helping me out with these videos, I would still be rolling around on a factory machine, because when I got that machine, I didn't plan on doing any, you know, suspension upgrades or anything, because it's so expensive. But with John's shock package, you get a better shock package at a cheaper price than you would just going to Elka's website. So don't go to Elka's website and look at their prices, because it's not the same as Hester's prices. Hester gets a special deal because he has a special thing with his Hester Edition shocks. How reliable have they been? Well, things change. Since I no longer have the factory suspension and the A-arms and all of that, but I will say the factory stuff that I took off not even 300 miles ago is still in perfect shape from the day I bought it. I will say though, I had the Super ATV control arms on there for a whole week and broke one. So we're not even gonna get into that. But I do have to say, these tree kickers, they are overbuilt, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. And they've been awesome. I've caught a few things. I don't know if we can see over here. It's covered in mud. It's covered in mud, but I hit something real good right there, so I got to repaint it. And she didn't bend, she didn't nothing. She just scraped my paint that I painted on there from a $5 can of paint. Now, if you guys are liking our tire rim setup, these are ITP Hurricane wheels. Mine are the bronze, hers are the black, with the Carnivores 2810 by 14 Maxxis tires. I have the Rockabilly radials, same size. The Rockabillys, I like both tires, but I kind of like the Carnivores a little more. And the reason I say that is just the aesthetics of the tire kind of look a little better, but they both look good. They both perform very well. They're both pretty affordable. No complaints there. So I definitely recommend them. Now with rims, we went with these because nobody else had them. Nobody else has them on their machine. I think there's like maybe 2 people that have them. So that's why we went with them, because I have to be different, which is one of the reasons why I haven't went out and bought a 950 to do videos with, because all the other YouTubers are doing their thing with them, and I have to be different. I can't ride the same train as everybody else is riding. That's not me. Could I go trade these in and get 950s? Yep. Could I sell these and go buy 950s? Yep. Could I just go and buy a 950? Yep. Why won't I? Well, you got Justin the Creator who's doing them. 950 videos. You got Blake, Real Talk Power Sports, got 950 videos. You got the New England guy who's doing them. And when I started this channel, guys, these are the machines that we like. These are the machines that we bought. And these are the machines that I told you I would make sure how durable they was. You cannot do a durability test in 1 year. You cannot do a durability test in 1 month. You cannot do a durability test off of one jump. You cannot do a durability test after 1,000 miles. So my goal with these machines, as much as she hates this trail, the suspension, which is why this winter I have almost everything I need. I got all the A-arms and everything. We're taking this and turning it into an EX. The reason why we're not selling it, the reason why we're not just taking it and trading it in on an EX is because of the durability tests that I promised you guys from day one. We are in it for the long haul. We are in it so you can see, hey man, Redneck's had that machine since 2019. It's 2028, and man, he's only broke like 3 ball joints and maybe an axle, which I haven't broke any of that. I'm just saying in perspective. By then, I'm sure that I will. It's just given. So my longevity, my durability test is until these are wore out. So whether that's 100,000 hours or 5,000 hours, we don't know. We're gonna find out. So I know a lot of you are kind of quit watching my content because I'm not playing around with the Z950. So I really don't know what to say to you guys. I know this has been asked quite a bit in the last 2 and 3 weeks. I've gotten a ton of messages, people asking, when are you gonna do another video this year on what you think of these? Well, nothing's really changed, so I didn't feel like you guys needed to know anything, because all the stuff that I've done to them, most of you already know, and those of you who don't, well, go check out the videos, because I put these tires on from Main Street Cycle, and the rims. I put the door inserts on from Main Street Cycle, the high clearance control arms from Main Street Cycle, the tree kickers from Main Street Cycle. There's so much stuff we've done, and I did a video on it all, and nothing's broke, nothing needs really an update video. So I was kind of not trying to do it, but since it's asked for, I guess we'll do that. So I guess we could go over some of the things that we don't talk about much. We haven't talked about a whole lot that we don't like about the machines. And from this point of the video out, this is specifically speaking out of the box. Not the way they sit now, because most of that stuff I'm about to talk about has already been taken care of, cleared up, and all of that. So we'll start with ground clearance. CFMOTO tells you 12 or 13 inch ground clearance. In all reality, they come with 10.5, 11. So don't expect that. Out of the box, and again, most of this may not even be CFMOTO's fault. Most of this could be dealer setup, because a lot of dealers do half-ass stuff just to get them out the door. I noticed with mine and with other people in the groups, some of the shocks weren't set right out of the box. So maybe 1 or 2 were, but the other 2 weren't. So minor, again minor. I've noticed that the A-arm bolts can come loose straight out of the box. Again, mostly dealer fault, because it's their job to check that stuff. The seat belts. Don't waste any time. Don't waste any time with them seat belts. Them seat belts will kill you. They will kill you. Now, I have fixed ours, except for hers. I couldn't. But mine, I was able to fix mine. I do have harnesses. But the seat belts I use on the street most of the time, because I got them fixed. I'm not going to tell you how to fix them, because that'd be your life in my hands. So I'm just going to tell you, get harnesses and do as you please. The mirrors. The mirrors are the worst. They're mainly there just to make you street legal. They ain't there to be used because they're worthless. Which I have a video on mirrors. Show them your mirrors.
There's the mirrors.
The headlights, they suck. I have two separate videos on a couple of different bulbs for both machines. My machine was the hardest. They're the same machine. I use different bulbs. My machine was the hardest, but it has the brightest bulbs. Her machine was the easiest, but the bulbs are not as bright as mine, but they are way brighter than the stock. So keep that in mind. Check out those videos. You can find them in the search bar. Just go under my videos and just scroll. You'll find all kinds of videos. The antifreeze that comes with these things, get it out. Get it out of your system. That goes for all CFMOTO. These Chinese fluids are crap fluids. Change it, pay your dealer to change it. Some dealers may, some dealers may not. Get it out of there, change it, be done with it. It causes problem. The air box on these. The air box is in a crappy location. It's a pain to get to, and it makes changing the oil a nightmare, and it sucks in all kinds of dirt. I have video on how to take care of that, and once you take care of that, you can change the oil in like 3 minutes, no joke. I ain't even kidding. Once you get that air box out of there and you put it elsewhere, the filter stays cleaner for a long time, very long time, and you can change and check your oil way faster. The brakes, they squeal like a pig. They don't bother me anymore. I've gotten used to it. Haven't really found a fix for it. Some people are saying other brake pads. The only ones I know of is EBC. I personally am not a fan of those because the EBCs that I've used, I've had a few fall out of a caliper. I've had the pads come off, and I've had them wear out pretty quickly. So I'm not a fan of EBC, but the brake squealing is due to the metallic in the pads. That's an annoying thing, but not a bad thing. The winches, we've had no problems with those. They've been great to us. As long as you treat them right, they'll treat you right. Still the factory steel cable and everything, they've been good. Well, I think that's it we're gonna cover for this video. It's probably gotten a little long. So we're gonna call it quits and get it out to you guys. I wanna thank you guys for being subscribers of mine. I hope you don't go anywhere. I hope you keep watching, even if you're only interested in the Z950 content or the U-Force content or the C-Force content. The reason is we're gonna keep these until we can't keep them anymore, and we're gonna show you, the viewer, how long these last. And if something breaks, I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna hide that from you. I broke the diff. Don't let that discourage you. There's a whole story behind that, and it was 9,000% my fault. So, hey, you know. But, yeah. So we're going to let you go. Hope you keep watching. Hope you like what you watch. Hope you stay with us with the durability testing and the longevity testing. And we'll see. How do these things stack up to the big name brands? Will they go anywhere the big name brands will go? Yes. Yes, they will. They have. They do. No issues at all. We've actually pulled bigger brands out of holes that we went through. So, and there's a whole story behind that, more than just side-by-sides. There's tires, there's clearance issues, there's all kinds of stuff that make a factor in, can these go where the other ones go, and can the other ones go where these go? So, all right guys, peace out, God bless. We'll see you in the next one.